Oh, hello, everyone. There you are. All right. I'm like, where are the participants? There you are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Life Reawakened show. We have a surprise guest. Deepal is here today. Say hi, Deepal.
Hi, everybody.
All right. I am having internet issues, but I wanted to pop on and say hi on video. And now I'm going to turn my video off so I don't slow everything down. So you guys get to look at Deepal the whole show today. So awesome. Let me see here.
I see
So,
parts coming up. I love
uh,
that.
isn't that awesome?
It was
I love
cool.
that too. And okay, guys, so I see you're typing in. Thank you. You know the drill. We got Mary from Nebraska. We have, oh, I don't know how to say your name, but Deepak probably does.
Is it Goldie? Yeah.
From
Hi,
India.
Goldie.
Hello, we got Cassie from Florida. Welcome. We got hands raised. Oh, but there's more. We got Nebraska. We have who else is here? We have Brussels. Hello, Elizabeth from Brussels. We have Malaysia, Canada, Connecticut, Arkansas, Toronto, Chicago. Wow, we are all over the place this morning, guys. Hello and welcome. So happy to have you here. We are talking about a really important topic, and it's karma and how it affects us. And Deeple brought this karma program to us a few years ago, and so we're going to dive into why we're bringing it back today, why it's important, and how we can really clear karma that's holding us back from really living the life we want to live. So I'm super anxious to dive into this. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about karma. So I would love to talk a little bit about that too. Like everybody, it's kind of one of those words that everybody just throws out. But it really does impact us in a lot of different ways. So I'm anxious to do that. Deepal's going to take us through a group process today. So lots of fun stuff. And as always, guys, please, ask your questions in the chat. There's a lot of times that, I don't know what questions to ask, and I try to really represent you. So ask your questions in the chat so we can talk to Deepal about them and really get make sure that we're hitting the topics that you really want to during this call. Also, I see hands are already raised. If you want to raise your hand, just hit the reaction button and you can raise your hand that way. And so I will now officially open the call. So the topic today with Deepal is become your own master of karma. Quickly reprogram your karmic grid with 15D frequencies to achieve greater health, finances, and relationships. I know there's a lot of you that are new to us and you might not know Deepal. So if you don't, Dipal Shah is a medical intuitive whose experience goes beyond energy medicine. She has helped and continues to help thousands of people around the world eliminate emotional and physical pain. She is a spiritual teacher, global speaker, podcaster, and an author. She is the founder of the groundbreaking cutting edge quantum body awakening modality, which helps her clients shift their health and transform their lives faster and with ease. Deepo has a unique gift of speaking to the body and transmitting source energy for healing through the Hara dimension. Deepo is passionate about offering various programs that help people heal and release the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional blocks holding them back from discovering and achieving greater health. Her programs and interviews have impacted people deeply, and her work is in high demand. She teaches others how to live life stress-free, which translates to disease-free. So officially, welcome to the call today, Deepal.
Thank you so much, Gretchen. It is so wonderful to be back, and I love surprises and I love surprise calls. So it was a surprise for me too. And so I just love it. Gretchen said, Deeple, do you want to do it? And I said, heck yeah, because you know what? Right now, and you mentioned something that was really important, is why is karma so important right now? Right now. And what I'm seeing is that, let me ask you guys. How many of you are sensitive souls or highly sensitive? or empathic, intuitive. And I feel like all those words kind of go together, right, to describe who we are, because I don't feel like it's any different from each other, because having that ability to feel into everything and everyone else's energies. And right now, more and more as we evolve, I mean, we just had the eclipse, and the more that we evolve ourselves and transcend and ascend, like to higher frequencies, guess what? The karma's building up. And so are the roadblocks in our life. If you notice, as a sensitive or an empath, you're seeing that, wow, there are problems that I'm having to deal with more. These challenges keep coming up, and I don't understand why. Do I deserve it? Why is this happening to me? What is going on? But yeah, sure, we have lessons to learn. We have things we gotta tap into, but what if we can really dive deep into karma? And that's what I want to do for this next hour for each and every one of you, is that really help you understand what is karma, how you can really work with it, and how you can clear it so that you can move forward, you can find momentum in your life, and you can achieve anything that you want, because you're definitely meant for more. And I keep repeating myself lately about telling people that you are meant for more. And because I know you are, it's just these little steps that we have to take to see that big difference that we want to see. And karma is our first step.
And so why is that, Deepa? Why is karma our first step, and how does it really prevent us or stop us from seeing that, like who we really are and how we can give more in the world, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So I realize that some of you believe in karma and then some people don't, right? And maybe you're just on the call to see what I'm talking about. And that's okay, right? But this is how I describe what karma is. Karma is our actions. If we put it really simple form, it's our actions. Actions have reactions. And that's why we say karma is like a cycle, right? I'm not going to become like my mother. I'm not going to deal with the problems that my mother dealt with. And guess what? The next thing you know, well,
We do.
it's 10, 100 times worse, right? So here's what's happening. And what I mean by actions is that it's not only our own actions, guys. It is our thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, but guess where they all came from? They also came from the actions of our ancestors, the beliefs of our ancestors, the thoughts of our ancestors. They also came from the other lifetimes that we lived through. And some of them were great lifetimes, but most of them were pretty crappy, right? When we start discovering them, for some of you, maybe you've done past life regressions, maybe you've heard from other sessions that you may have had from healers about some of the lifetimes, and they're not so pretty. So what about, here's what I like to tap into, is what about your in-womb experiences, those trimesters that you went through, right? Like Gretchen, I had somebody that I worked with who second trimester, she was ready to leave her mother's body. She wanted to leave because she couldn't take what was happening to her mom in the
Wow.
external environment, but she could feel it as she was in the mother's womb, second trimester. Like you can feel everything while you know what's going on in the outside world around you. You take on the energies of your mother to help her, to support her. And okay, it's fine that you do, but we have to clear that karma because that's her karma, right? So the womb and being birthed, like even the conception period, that's sometimes not so pretty. There's so many clients that I work with that have been raped or abused or any kind of sexual assault. And so conception can be, very, very tough. And there are some people who don't want to be here, right? Maybe like for me, I was not a planned pregnancy for my mom. And she reminds me that every single time. But imagine how that impacted me in the womb as I was growing, and then me as a child and me as an adult. All this karma, like my actions are going to lead from that. Whatever I do in my life will lead from those imprints that are left within me. And those are karmic imprints.
Wow.
So we have to decipher, okay, so now I'm telling you that now we not only have to separate karma of our own, and we have to clear that karma that's low frequency, but now we got to clear all the karma that's everyone else's, but you're already holding on the karma within all your cells, right? Like, let me ask you, your nose, whose nose do you have? Maybe it's your great grandmother's, maybe it's your mom's, maybe it's your dad's. Your face, your structure. So you're already holding on to karma, right? Your personality, your looks, your experiences, everything is karmic. And that's why you're back here on this planet, so that you can shift things around for you, so that the next life that you take is even better for you.
That's really cool. And will it also impact our descendants?
So yes, so it will. Not only when you do karmic clearing, we go backwards, but we also go forwards. So now we're helping our lineage, we're helping everybody from the past. And so when I do karmic clearings, it's amazing how I not only help the person, the past, their lineage, but also their soul family that you come into, right? So for me, I've got my husband and my 2 kids. So what I realized, Gretchen, this is really interesting, is that certain people like ourselves, our sensitive, empathic beings that we are, we like to take on sufferings for our family sometimes. I had one lady who would she had heart issues. Her husband was a narcissist. She had heart issues. She had eye problems. She's going blind. She also had problems with other involvement in communities. She's isolated. She is going through really, really tough times. But the more we clear the karma that's coming up for her, she's seeing that, wow, I'm starting to see better. I'm starting to feel like myself again. And that's what happens, because when we're holding on to so much, like let's say you're carrying all these bags, right? When you go shopping, or if you're going out of town and you're traveling and you're carrying all these bags and everything all over you, you know, your suitcase, it's heavy. That's karmic baggage. That's what karmic baggage feels like. Like you can't even lift it onto the weighing thing, you know, the scale. So it's like that. You can't lift it. You can't lift yourself up because you're carrying so much. But once you release that, there's a whole new world for you. There's a whole new outlook for yourself and for your family members, because now it's not like you're corded into each other. You've separated your energies. You've basically created boundaries for yourself, right? And that's the first step. How many times do we find ourselves not able to create boundaries that we need? Well, what if we can create karmic boundaries? I mean, that feels good. I can feel all of you feeling good about that. Like, oh, I want that, right?
Right.
Raise
But
your hand if you do
when
want
you
that.
when you create the karmic boundaries, then does it go out into the world, like into the physical world? You know what I mean? Does it make it easier to create just boundaries with whomever or whatever you need to create
Oh,
boundaries?
yeah, because see, you're creating karma with everything and everybody around you, right? So let's say, Gretchen, we're sharing this space right now, right? This is karma. We are exchanging karma through our words. What I tell you, what I share with you, even when I say, Gretchen, you're so beautiful, that's karma that I'm creating, right? Not only for me, but for you. Now, many times what I find is that people like to shake hands, right? In India, the yogis, we don't even go near them. We don't shake their hands because they are trying to release their karma. But they're living in this 3D, but they're trying to get to that next level of ascension. And we are too. So how do we do that? Am I saying that you don't shake hands? No, but you have the tools and the techniques of how to release the karma so that you can continue hugging others and shaking hands,
That's
right?
really interesting. What about, so what's the difference between then karma and like courting? You know,
So karma is different because you're taking on other people's actions and their thoughts, feelings, like you're taking on everything. But courting is like you're building these emotional threads that usually with cords, we just sever them. Karma is a whole different kind of clearing
mm,
because it's so much deeper and it creates imprints. Cords don't create imprints. They are just threads of energy of exchange. They're a lot lighter, actually.
oh,
Um,
that's cool.
yeah, so, but karma does require a good amount, a person who really understands karma, like myself, because for me, I grew up with karma. My mom always talked about it. My mom always taught us about it. I even learned from my guru more about karma so that I could bring it to all of you. And I know that a lot of people, I've seen it online and I've seen videos where, there's just a quick karma clearing. I'm like, go deeper, right? Why not go deeper? Why not go to the different levels of karma? Because karma, it's not a one-time simple technique. It is a very intricate and a deep level clearing where we clear different layers and lifetimes and so much energy that the imprints are so important to clear, because if we don't clear it, we just build up. And honestly, you build 50 to 100 times more karma than what you're dissolving on a daily basis.
Oh, wait, say that again.
Yeah, you are creating 50 to 100 times more karma than you are working out or dissolving on a daily basis. So you like, because every thought, every action, every feeling, everything that you encounter in your daily base is karmic. That's why we're talking so much, Gretchen, about mindfulness and present, being in the present moment, being mindful of your actions, right? Being mindful of your thoughts. Even the karma you create with your food is important. If I'm running out the door and I'm like, okay, I gotta eat, right? And I'm standing up and eating, I'm creating karma for myself that maybe I don't deserve this food. Maybe I don't, there's an emotional of everything has to be quick and that I don't deserve to have that silent moment. I don't deserve to have that quietness. I don't deserve this food. So our actions are so, so important. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's really like I never really like I said earlier, there's so many stereotypes. So it's just kind of like, your karma, what comes around goes around, like that kind of thing. And you just kind of say it, and it's so much deeper than that, and how it affects you. So are there different kinds of karma?
There's different kinds of karma. There is karma that is present and there's karma that's future, but there's a lot that has accumulated over time. And then there's some that is allotted to us in this lifetime to learn from. And it's easy to see as a practitioner that how much karma are you holding on to, and we might go over that today a little bit as we do the one-on-one sessions. But I would really like to activate your karmic grid because I see it as a grid, okay, of these 4 areas. And when I tune into it, I could see which one impacts you the most. Okay. And so I'll just let you know which one impacts you the most. And then we activate it at the end as we clear the imprints. We activate that middle portion so that every karma, every energy that comes in, everything you create kind of gets dissolved with this beautiful light that's there. Because right now there's nothing there, right? You're trying really hard to clear your karma. Maybe you're doing meditation and maybe you're doing some forgiveness techniques, but really let's just go deep into these karmic clearings. Let's just give ourselves into this karmic grid, let go of all those things of overwhelm and resistance that is holding us back. Because if you're like me, I'm tired of being held back. I'm tired of hearing no. I'm tired of any kind of resistance, like the fear that's within me. And this year, I really made it, Gretchen, to where I want to be fearless. I want to say yes to all the opportunities, whether I agree with them or not, and whether I'm scared of them or not. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just
Yeah,
know
thank you.
in my body that I need to clear this karma, right? Like I just had a speaking engagement on stage for the very first time. I've
Cool.
Last time I spoke on stage was in high school and I ended up with PTSD from it. And I said I'll never speak on stage.
But
Um,
I saw you're like facing this fear, and does that have to do with like clearing karma?
that's
So you can be,
karma. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
very cool.
Because you know what? I took action that was an action that I put myself in fear about, that I was so skeptical because it really took me down these thought patterns of I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving, and that I don't, I don't, I just couldn't find the motivation to be on stage. There was nothing for me there, but there was. Like, what
Mm,
if I could help other people? Right. And that's exactly what I did when I took myself into that state of what is the end result that I really want. If I'm going to take an action, right? If I'm going to create karma, what's the end result? And sometimes I know the end result, but sometimes I don't, but I know I have a goal, right? And
mm,
we all have goals that we want to pursue. Maybe you want to be a healer. Maybe you want to do certain things in your life. Maybe you do want to speak on stage. But we have to break through the karmic fear because maybe that fear isn't mine. It's my mom's. I definitely know some of it was my mom and dad's. And so I had to work on those things. And so when we clear that fear, when we clear and step into our own power, we are stepping into a high vibrational karma. Okay.
very. So someone's asking, how are beliefs and karma connected?
Well, beliefs make our karma, right? Because when we have certain beliefs, like let's say I believe that I'm not worthy of being on stage, then my actions will dictate that, right? I won't do anything to help me get out there. I'll just sit there and have imposter syndrome. I will be sitting there jealous of others, and I'll create this other karma that doesn't need to be,
Mm,
right? I'll feel uninspired each and every day. Maybe I might go into depression or sadness. I mean, our beliefs take us down, especially if they're limiting, they take us down a very narrow path. And you're not meant for that. You're meant for so much more because I know you have dreams. I know you have aspirations, and you just need a little nudge to help you get there because karma is probably what is holding you back. And as I tune into your energy, whoever's asking that question, I can tell you that 98% of karma is holding you back.
mm.
So
And
it
there's,
creates our attitude, right? It creates our attitude. Our beliefs create our attitudes and our personalities. And when we can let go some of those personalities that we've taken on, because those are parts that we don't like about us, right? Like I used to tell myself, oh, I hate the fact that I can't speak. I hate the fact that sometimes we'll judge our body, my body image, right? I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll look in the mirror and be like, oh, I don't like who I see in the mirror. But where are we getting that from? Are we getting that from a reflection and a belief, right? Reflection, number one, of our maybe our parents, a reflection of our past, our failures, because those were all actions, those are all karma. Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes sense. It's Maria then asks, is karma like limiting beliefs? So the beliefs create the karma. Is that right?
Beliefs can create karma. Many
Okay.
things create karma, right? Mainly it's our actions, and beliefs are part of our actions. So if we break down karma, right? If this is karma, then it branches off into what makes karma.
Mm.
Okay. What dictates our actions? It is our beliefs. It is our ancestors, their beliefs. It is our past lifetimes of experiences. It is everything combined that branches upwards into something we called karma. I hope that's clear. Oh, Gretchen, did we lose you?
I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Barely.
I know. You're going in and out. But I
Yeah,
hope that
I
made it a little
felt
clearer. It's like
right.
it's like a branch, right? Like you have the tree, right? And we call that karma, but then there's roots that come out of it. So what are the roots? What are we getting into when we do a healing? We get to the roots of karma, right? What is creating that karma, right? Where is it's stemming from? And that's what I dive into when we go deeper into our relationships, into our career. Like, where is all of that coming from? Where's all, and when we do a process, you'll see some of the karma that you're holding on to. And when we work with you, some of you, well, you'll see. And maybe some of you have had karmic healing sessions, but that was a while ago. So if you haven't had one, I highly recommend you get another one. I usually like to do karmic clearings at least once a week or once a month. I just know that every day I'm creating new actions for myself through my thoughts, feelings, emotions, and my experiences, and that I would like to keep the high vibration. You can never get rid of karma, okay? But you can always create and make room for high vibrational karma. If you get rid of karma, guys, you would be dead. Okay. And the reason I say that is because we have to think about karma as high and low vibrational. Like when you do something good, when you give money to charity, you feel good about yourself and you feel good about doing something for somebody else. That's high vibrational karma. When you have good thoughts about yourself and you put out those good thoughts into the world about somebody else, guess what? You create high vibrational karma. But when you start to go down into that part of you that's judging yourself and that is criticizing yourself, that's a low vibrational karma, right? It's a low vibrational action. And so we have to work on that because that's a layer that is showing up saying, hey, we need to clear this. This is a lesson that we need to heal. It's not only to be cleared, but it needs to be healed. So when we work with karma, we want to heal it.
Very cool. Lots of questions coming in here. So, um, can we clear family group karma?
Oh, definitely. So I think that might be one of the opportunities to have during within the package. Actually, there is relationships, quantum body awakening upgrade, karmic grid for relationships, and you can use
Very
that to heal family.
nice. Is karma the glue that keeps us reincarnating back to physical existence?
Yes, it is because we are meant to have karma. Imagine what your life would be without it, because imagine if there were no actions or previous actions. Like, what would you do with your life? Like, I kind of enjoy my challenges and I enjoy my problems. I've started looking at them from a new perspective because I feel like they are teaching me something. They are helping me grow. And I was talking to somebody about kids. I feel like kids are my biggest karma. And the reason I say this is because nowadays these kids are so evolved, they're so awakened, that they really teach us about ourselves, and they really help us learn our own lessons of who we are, who how we can shed some of that old, learning patience, right? Patience, and learning not to stress, and realizing that problems, challenges, they're going to come every day. They're going to be there. But how can we karmically create a better life for ourselves so that they don't feel so heavy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like
Fair.
this is our time right now.
Hmm, for sure. For sure. Great questions, Maria said. You guys are definitely are given the questions today. It's awesome. Linda asked, can you clear personal karma throughout all times and dimensions and future
Yes.
dimensions?
Yes, and that's exactly what we do when we do the 30-minute, the 25-minute karmic clearing. When I dive into your grid, okay, that where I see what is going on in your karma, where it's coming from the most, but I like to clear all four areas of your karmic grid, which is allotted, accumulated, present, and future. Okay, I want to clear all lifetime space and dimensions. When we do, I usually when I do sessions, I curate them so that you get your unique experience that you came to get, not something that is already like a dialect already written. This is a universal dialect that comes through me to you to clear your own personal unique karma. Okay. So we will tap into that. And I see, can you help clear karmic stuff between parents and children? Yes. Yes. Like I said, we come to a soul family. We take on stuff for our children. We take on stuff for our husband. I had one lady who took on stuff for her grandkids, her husband, her children. And she ended up with a disease, which ended up taking her into surgery, having to take off a half of her spine. She had 6 months of no recollection of her life. She lost 6 months of it to a year, and she now deals with cognitive issues. But as we worked through that time frame, I worked an entire year with her, and she is healthy and well, and she is living her life like you would have never thought that she would take on such trauma for her family. And we do that unintentionally sometimes, and sometimes our soul does it intentionally. And so we have to clear our karma, guys. There is no better time than right now.
All right. One more question I'm going to ask here, and then let's go through the group process. But Carrie's asking, what if you still cannot grasp that karma, that it's karma that is holding you back?
So I would like to ask you, what is it that you feel like is holding you back? Because it's Carrie, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. What I'm feeling is that you're what you have experienced in your past, you are sensing that that's what's holding you back. But what if your past is those experiences are actions in play, and they are the ones that are playing out for you, and so they are very karmically attached to what you are experiencing now, because those are just maybe past beliefs or past thought patterns, or something you took on from your mother through her placenta. And I would have to go a lot deeper and give you a scan, a good reading and a scan to help you really show you what's coming to the surface for you. Okay. And how we can clear this. We could definitely easy clear whatever you feel. And I get it. Some of you may resonate with this being karma, and some of you might not resonate with it, but I promise you, I have experienced this and worked with this for the last 30 to 40 years of my life. And I know when it is karma because it literally shows me, your body shows me everything that it's holding on to. And I get messages from your guides as well as my guides. And that's how I work in a universal light that is very deeply connected to the karmic grid.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, let's see it in action. Let's go through your group process. I think you're working on karma to others, or is that right?
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a different group process, if that's okay. I'm just
Yeah.
going to walk you through just a little bit of what's coming up because Gretchen and I kind of like to tap into this present moment of what's coming up. And so I'm sorry if my dog is barking. I might put myself on mute so you guys don't hear that noise.
Sure.
But let's work with what's going on in your life right now. And I want you to close your eyes and know that this is a process that we're going to be tuning in and doing a mini process. And it is just an awakening to the bigger processes that you will get to encounter when you do sign up for the program. Okay. So let's just go ahead, close your eyes. And take a nice deep breath in and out. Feel into your body. And as you tune in, I want you to start. Let's start by creating a beautiful cocoon of light around each and every person. Those who are listening, those who will listen to the replay. Asking our guides and the divine energies to be here with us today, creating this beautiful healing space and light around you to guide you into healing whatever shows up, knowing that this healing light is going to work for your highest good, using all of your senses and the presence of the light surrounding your entire being. Sense the peace and calmness as you enter the space of the 15th dimension. Karma is cleared through the 15th dimension, your 15 layers of awareness. You are connected to the universe. You are connected to each other. You are connected to everything. The 15th dimension is where the soul connects to the absolute source of our individual awareness, our individual aliveness, our individual expression. And right now, I'm working with the structure of your soul and making sure that it is stable enough to handle the energies and the scope of information coming through at this time. For your highest good, we tap into the 4 areas of karma, awakening all of the conscious and the subconscious cells in your body, clearing all the karmic blocks. As you breathe nice and slowly, notice what you're sensing. Notice what your body, mind, and energy systems are doing. Notice what emotions are coming up. And we're going to clear, cancel, delete what's coming through the karmic grid, clearing all levels of stress. Clear, cancel, delete anxiety, clear, cancel, delete scarcity, clear, cancel, delete hoarding, clear, cancel, delete poverty, clear, cancel, delete addictions, clear, cancel, delete suffering, clear, cancel, delete pain, clear, cancel, delete overwhelm, clear, cancel, delete resistance, clear, cancel, delete ego, clear, cancel, delete. And we bring in and activate through light, bringing high vibrational frequencies as we clear, making room for these high vibrational frequencies. Clearing flight, fight, and freeze responses, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing PTSD, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing betrayal, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing neglect and abandonment, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing unworthiness, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing lack of motivation, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing financial troubles, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing the lack of opportunities, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing hopelessness, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing where you feel out of control, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing shock, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing failures, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing mistakes, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing disconnection, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing grief, clear, cancel, delete. Clearing loss, clear, cancel, delete. Realigning and rewiring the energies, harmonizing your karmic grid. Connecting it to your soul's divine plan. Connecting it to the blueprint that you came in with. Connecting it to the things that you're meant to have in this lifetime. Clearing all the limiting beliefs, thoughts, feelings, emotions, clear, cancel, delete the past that no longer serves you. Clearing all the distress. Feel your ancestors. They are also saying, I feel healed. I feel more in balance. I'm sorry that you had to hold on to what I held on to. They are coming forward to serve you. And all your past lifetimes of births are coming forward. You might see yourself as a male, a female, a child, an elderly. You might see yourself as an animal. We clear all that needs to be cleared at this time in this present moment for you. And so it is. We bring to you the highest vibration, the highest frequency, so that you can be the master creator of your life at this time. We allow you to step into that power. Feel it within every cell of your body. Feel it around you. Unleash your greatness now. And so it is. Open your eyes when you're ready. Come back into your body. You might feel a little chilly because of all the releasing that you did. So definitely drink some warm water or take a nice warm bath, because there was a lot of clearing and there was still a lot more that was coming up that would take us another hour to clear. So I just wanted to make sure that that the most prominent that's coming up for this community right now, the most prevalent, is cleared. And so I thank the guides. And lately I've been channeling the guides and messages from the guides, and they speak through me. So I hope you guys felt that energy as well. Thank you and blessings to you all. And we hope that you will join us in this beautiful healing of the 15-dimensional karmic clearing program. Thank you.
Awesome. How you guys doing? I see lots of thank yous and feeling that was wonderful. So thank you, Deeple. Thank you, B Deeple. Everybody's giving lots of hearts. So awesome. Thanks for that Deeple. That was great. I'm feeling much more, oh, very, very much more grounded and chilled right at the moment. So
Gauri says she felt like a slight pain in her back. And so, Gauri, this is the energy that's coming up for you that in your life and many lifetimes, there's just been a lack of support and stability in your life. And there's a lot of movement and a lot of pieces playing a role. And so, karmically, you're just feel like you're being held back. And that's a lot of people here. And I feel like you came forward for a reason that you're feeling this pain in your back. And so I hope that we get to work together some more.
very cool. So check this out. Carrie says, thank you. Had 3 shifts. So relaxed. Carrie, that's so cool because you also were saying that you weren't sure that it was karma that was, that you weren't 100% on board with that. So that's super cool. Love that. Lots of tears. Lots of people are tearing. We got body twitching. Wow, this is great.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
definitely want to know the details of the package.
Very, very cool. All right. So let's talk to a couple people and then we'll talk about the deep details of the package if that's okay. Can
Yeah.
you tell them what you're going to be scanning when you talk to them?
Yeah, so I know Victoria, you're feeling a lot of cold, and I can feel you, honey. So I can feel how cold you feel. So what I want you to do is really just rub your hands together. And this is something that is also going on because you guys know I'm a medical intuitive, so I love tuning in medically, and I definitely know that I do help people clear karma with their health problems as well as financial and career and relationships. So these are all the different areas that karma plays a role in our lives. And so, but what I'm seeing for you is that this cold is spanning from, and now I feel like you're warming up a little, but it's coming from your heart. And I don't know too much about the physicality of your heart, but I feel it from the right side, and that there is some grief and some loss that you're holding on to here. And a little bit more of the self-care part would really help, because putting your hand on your heart, warm your heart up right now, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because this is a karmic energy from what has been accumulated over lifetimes for you. Okay. Um, yeah, Barbara says legs feel cold. Same thing. Just go ahead and rub your legs. There's a lot of energy, Barbara, coming from your hips down, and there's stuck energy in your hips, which is coming from present lifetime. And I don't know if you actually had a trauma happen. Maybe you fell, or you feel like you've fallen. Like it's almost like an analogy, like I'm falling and I can't get up, right? So I feel a lot of dizziness right now. So whoever is going through all this dizziness, like you don't have direction, it is very strong, and it's warming my whole body up now. So just know that whatever's happening, you can definitely realign these energies, and know that you can become high vibrational, karmically aligned. And I hope that makes sense to you guys.
Very good. Lots and lots of comments coming
I
coming in.
know. And so I know you want to work one-on-one, but I'm here answering these. But
For sure.
go ahead. I know there's people that have raised hands and they want to connect. So I'll be
Okay.
happy to really just tap into your karmic grid, see where most of your karma is laying or lying. And then we will look into what is the root cause of that. And when we go into a deeper 25-minute session, you will really see all the things that are causing that can be rooted, that is causing this one issue. Because a tree doesn't only have one root, it's got multiple roots. So just remember that the deeper we go and the longer the healing is, like right now we only have 1 to 2 minutes maybe, but when we have a session, it gives us more time to tap in a little bit more. Okay.
Very cool. Barbara does say you are right with the hips falling, etc. Thanks a lot. So,
Yeah.
awesome. All right. First up, Elizabeth. You should be able to unmute yourself, Elizabeth.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, I didn't know I was going to be first. I was surprised. um, I'm usually way back. That was 5 minutes late.
You
So,
were guided.
yeah, I have had fibromyalgia for since 1987, probably 88, and which is a real hypersensitivity, to everything.
Yeah.
So everything hurts. Um, And so I was kind of, wondering particularly about that, like what
It's
causing
like
that.
you've had a lot of pain in your life. Like, um, how has this lifetime, like childhood, treated you? Were there
Um,
rough times?
in childhood, is that what
Yeah,
you were saying?
yeah,
Um, well, just my mother was, sorry, dogs. My mother was, just, really critical and could be hostile, and
yeah.
so that was hard for me. I
Yeah.
would say that was the biggest thing.
Especially at the age of 12 to 14, even 16, I can see there was a lot of imprints that were made at that time. But you're also taking on from present and what has been accumulated. Okay. If we look at the karmic grid, there's present, future, allotted, and accumulated. And most people, when we clear the karma up, what happens is that the future doesn't look so much, right? But if you don't do anything, yeah, there's going to be a lot of karma moving through to your future, right? So, and the future could be the next minute, right? The next minute that you start to try to do something in your life, but you can't, you're holding back, or you are held back by certain energies. And so the karma that you're holding on to with your mother is actually coming in from 3 past lifetimes ago. And at that time, she completely controlled you. She was a head of a tribe, and she was the one who manipulated you and betrayed you. And so in this lifetime, she's trying to control you again. And I don't know if that energy is still between the two of you. Like, do you still feel controlled by her?
She passed away in 2016. So
But do you still feel controlled by her?
I no, I don't think so. It
Okay.
was kind of a relief when she died. I
No,
mean,
I
I was
know. And I
sad, but it
completely get
was
it.
a relief,
Yeah.
too. And so I don't, but I have yeah, I don't
So
know,
the fact
but
that you said, I think, right, Elizabeth, your subconscious is telling me that that energy is still there. Okay. And the fact that you did find some relief through her passing, but there's this energy of control and manipulation and betrayal. Those are the three things that I'm seeing right now that are the root cause of your fibromyalgia. Okay. And so when we work together, we will clear all this up and some more stuff that is coming up and through, because now you've activated the karmic grid. Like, you're like, okay, I want to be seen, and I want to share, like I want to surface what's still back there so that I could completely let that go, and I don't have to repeat this cycle with my mother again. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is
I
there
found that, well, I was just gonna say, the when it started, I had been hit by a car going across the street, and then my future mother-in-law was, causing a lot of stress after that, and she's still alive, and she's very manipulative and very
okay?
domineering and very there was a lot of negative stuff with her. Now I haven't seen her in 4.5 years, but
That's
So it
fine.
makes it
So
easier.
a mother figure, right? When I say mother, and it doesn't matter if it's mother-in-law, mother, grandmother, that mother figure is what's
Mhm.
impacting your life. And so we can definitely clear all this mother energy from all lifetimes so that you're not having to to now recycle it, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because you deserve to be free. You don't need to hold on to this because you don't need to. That's what's made you hypersensitive. It's basically kind of discombobulated all your energies, right? It's like rewired it. These implants tend to rewire the true essence and your strength, right? Because you were broken down.
Mhm. I was just gonna say I went to a psychic, I don't know, a couple few years ago, and she had said a different like past life thing with my mother, that something like my mother was jealous of me with her whatever husband or whatever it was. And so could there was she picking up a different lifetime that we've had
May
multiple
have
like
been. I mean, you could go to, if you go to 5 different psychics or healers, they're going to tell you 5 different things because they're tapping into different energies, different layers, different lifetimes. So you're never going to get the same answer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You
Awesome.
are
Yeah.
going to get a beautiful healing and recovery.
Awesome.
Right,
Thank
thank you.
you, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Next up is Mary. Mary, you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Hello, I'm actually really surprised. Um, Thank you so much for being here today, and thanks for having me on. Um, I guess I would like you to scan me. I feel like I self-sabotage. I let fear get in the way of some of my things. You were talking about speaking on a stage before. I feel like I would love to be less scared to do stuff like that. Although I don't think it's holding me back. I'm sure that there's hidden things in there. So,
Okay. So self-sabotage. When do you feel like these fears came through? Because I can see like where you've been let down, where threatened, rejection, and this is coming in from, and I'm just seeing where most of this is coming in from. A lot of it has been allotted and accumulated in your karmic grid. It's coming from those two areas. And so tell me what started this? It almost feels like it came from a childhood experience around the age of 6 to 10.
okay. Yeah, I've had actually quite a bit of, I feel like, rejection and hurt from other people. Sometimes I feel like I used to be a social person, and then I decided that it was safer for me, maybe not to open up my heart, I guess.
Yeah.
And as far as the ages 6 to 10, I'm not really exactly sure about that one. I know my family moved to a different part of the state when I was probably 10 or 11, and I was very, very sad about that. I did have some bullying and teasing in 8th grade. I was about 14
Yeah.
that I feel like has stuck with me. And there's been some adult things too, that I felt like, I didn't deserve to be treated the way I was.
Yeah. And so there's still a lot of anger bottled up inside of you, right? Because this isn't just something that came in through this lifetime, it has accumulated over many, many lifetimes of where bullying, rejection, betrayal, and then lack of trust. Like you no longer trust others because you feel like you're going to get hurt, so you closed off your heart, right? But there's a part of you that wants to achieve more. And so what you have done, and I work very closely with the Hara line, so I work with the karmic grid and connecting it to your Hara, because your Hara line is that that part of you that wants to do more, that wants to connect, but then that fear takes over. So it gets kind of misaligned. Okay. And then you can't go in the direction that you want to go. Rather, you keep veering off and it's that veering off. Sometimes I call it making excuses or, trying to find a way out. Okay. So I know that once we put you back in the direction that you're meant, you're going to see that you're going to stop self-sabotaging yourself so much, and you're going to overcome the fears a lot easier. Okay. And the more you put that into practice, you're going to find that you're more aligned, not energetically, but also physically to what you want to achieve. Make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really hope we can create some beautiful journeys for you, because I know, I mean, I get all of this, the fear, the self-sabotage, not feeling safe sometimes and insecure and being bullied. I was there once too as a child, and it's not fun. So when we hold on to those imprints, we can't move forward. And I'm sure you've done a lot of healing work, but if you haven't done this karmic work to go deeper, then let's do that together.
Yeah, I have actually done a lot of healing work. I've been taking lots of classes and want to advance in my skills so that I can help others.
Of course.
And I just like to get to the I feel like I
Bottom of
could
this.
grow more. Yeah, I could grow
No,
more
it is.
if I just knew what it was that's holding me back.
Exactly. And I definitely feel like we can get to it. So, the 25-minute session would be amazing if we could do that. And then I would love for you to work through some of these MP3s that are in the program. And some of the stuff that I'm offering is 24/7 clearing that is for lifetime. So you're going to see yourself getting to where you want to be a lot quicker.
Thank you. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
You're so
Thanks,
welcome.
Mary. Very good. All right, let's talk to Megan, and then let's talk about the program after that. So Megan, you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Yes, thank you, Gretchen. Hi, Dipal.
Hi, Megan. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How could I help you, my love?
So I have some challenges that I've been working through for some time around money and finances, and I guess feeling safe with money.
This is coming from your father's side. It's coming from, did you see your parents going through a lot of challenges with money?
I saw mostly my mom going through a lot of challenges with money. My dad was more like the controller of like all the money in the household, had his own business, but also had a lot of stress and like maybe burden around money, but made a lot of it.
Okay. But it was like he was hoarding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the energy that you're holding on to. But this isn't just from this lifetime, this is from many other lifetimes. And I'll tell you, your ancestors on his side were the same way. And then so what has happened is that in your karmic grid, I see it present and accumulated. Okay, those are the two boxes that I see and that are holding you back. Okay. Now, once we release this controller, right? Because in a way, in your mind, you're trying to control it, but you're also feeling out of control with money because of all the beliefs that are coming through about money and how to utilize money, where to use it. And so there's these karmic imprints that are holding you back, thinking you're not worthy of money, that you are not deserving of it, and that you should be ashamed of it. There's shame around money. Did you ever feel that way?
Yes, definitely. I definitely feel like those are some of the layers that I've been working through as of late, is that there is that shame there and almost like this badness that I've associated with money that I've been trying to release.
Bad thing. Yeah. So I want to really open you up to receiving it. Like we do food, right?
Mm,
You never say no to food.
Yes.
right? Sometimes we do, but you never say no to chocolate, right? What if money is like chocolate, right?
I love that. Yeah.
So exactly. So what if we can receive it in that way and really love the possibilities that money can bring? And, I know I can help with money and finances because I've had so many people that have come to me. One lady, she was, and it's right around tax time, guys, right? So she was supposed to uh give $10,000 to the IRS, and that, at least that's what they said, right? But she's like, there's no way. And she was battling this for a while, and lo and behold, the next thing you know, after we do a clearing, she only owes 2,000. So that's a huge chunk, right? And then I had another person who she and her daughter were looking for a job, and all of a sudden, as soon as we get off the phone, they get a call from somebody who is offering them a job that they had applied to. So of course, we are looking to open up the energies of what is possible, right? That's what karma is all about. What is possible for us, and can we tap into that? Can we tap into that possibility and rise beyond what we believe, rise beyond what has happened to us and what has happened to our parents? Do we have to go through that? And I completely understand the parent energy, because my parents, we come from a very conservative family, and my mom is all about money, and everything is like, why did you spend? Why did you spend? And she, and now she's learned to overcome that and not say those things, because we have let that go, and she hasn't. And what they decide to hold on to, that's their karma. What you want to decide to, now you have to decide, what karma do I need to hold on to?
Definitely. Yeah. Beautiful. I love everything that you shared. It like is really resonant. Thank
Good,
you.
good.
Awesome.
I can't wait. I hope we get a chance to work together.
Yes, me too. Definitely.
Thank you, Megan. That was awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Gretchen.
Yep.
I
Sorry, I think I cut you off and you were still talking. I'm sorry, Megan. I just want to honor Deeple because she came really short notice. And I know she has a stop at 12:15. So we want to make sure that I honor that for her. A lot of people, Deeple, liked your shift in perspective with the chocolate and the money. So that was very cool and very awesome.
I don't know.
And
I never know what the divine is going to say through me. So I
yeah.
love it. Thank you.
Yeah, that resonated. So that was very cool. All right, so let's talk about this program. I don't want to share my screen because of all of the issues that I'm having
Yeah.
with internet today, but I can guide you through the program if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, sure. That would be awesome.
All right. So this program is called Become Your Own Master of Karma, which I absolutely love. Quickly reprogram your karmic grid with 15D frequencies to achieve greater health, finances, and relationship. I am putting the link in here, guys. This is a redirect link. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm putting 2 links in. You can check them both out, whichever one works for you that you can get to the page. lifereawakened.com/Deeple24. It's in the chat. You should be able to click on it, or the other one is in the chat as well. You can click on either of those to get to this program. So Deeple, there's 2 packages, package A and package B. Let's talk about package A first, which has some MP3s, I think, right? For each piece of the grid.
Yeah, I believe so. So here's what you're going to get in package A is the Quantum Body Awakening Energy Track MP3 series for karma clearing. And what this is going to do is I'm going to use my modality, Quantum Body Awakening, which is a modality that I teach how to self-heal as well as heal others. And we're going to work through the Hara line. We're going to work for the highest clear. It is the highest clearing on this planet right now, and it works at quantum speed. And so we are going to get into the health aspect, the spiritual, the abundance, and relationships. And you're going to see that the first MP3 is Quantum Body Awakening Upgrade Karmic Grid for Finances. So for those of you who are having financial issues and blocks, this is great because Goddess Lakshmi is going to come in and help open up these financial blocks for you by clearing the cords, implants, dark energies, low vibrations through all 4 areas of the karmic grid. And when you listen to this, you can definitely reconnect with your Hara line, because that's your line of intention and your purpose for being here on this planet, so that you can sow a new seed for yourself and bring in that prosperity and abundance that you truly deserve. So definitely work with that if you are finding that you are having some financial trouble, or if you just want more. I mean, even if you have money, heck, I want more of it, right? Why not? So use that. And then you can use any of these MP3s in any order. You can use them however you want, however much you want. There is an FAQ. I believe there's a worksheet that has all the FAQs on it. So just take a look through that, and you should be okay. There's no right or wrong when you listen to the MP3s, because your body's just going to take whatever it needs. Your energy systems are just going to grasp whatever energy it needs at that time. Okay. So no worries, no fear. Then you're going to get energy track 2, which is Quantum Body Awakening Upgrade Karmic Grid for your health. Everyone has health issues. I don't know one person that doesn't. Okay. And so there are certain blocks that can manifest as pain, discomfort, illness, and these could be carryovers from other lifetimes. So what can we do in order to help our karma with our health blocks? There are powerful frequencies that I have infused within these MP3. And it's going to bring you a lifetime of healing. It's going to detox your emotions, thoughts, and feelings, and where you feel stuck in your health issues. Whatever has been carried forward from all the areas of your karmic grid, we're going to clear that so that your future looks brighter and better and more comfortable. Okay, so this is going to help you as we work through also from fetus to 9 months of age as well, which is the crucial time of karmic imprints for health. Okay, because you never know if you brought in something from your parents, grandparents, whoever, or from your ancestors, or even from other lifetimes that you brought into this lifetime. Because I know many people who have been born with scoliosis, for example. And this is where we help you align with your spine, clear the energies of your spine, okay, or heart issues, diabetes, neuropathy, fibromyalgia, which we had just worked with somebody about that, okay? And then there is track 3, which is karmic grid for relationships. We're going to help work through relationships. I know over here in the MP3, it says as the quarantine and the pandemic and the lockdowns, but we're not going to worry about that anymore because we're not in that state. So this program has been re-energized. Like, you just looking at the sales sheet, like this page is all clear from that part, and it's re-energized to what is now. And so if you are having struggles from a few years ago, or if you are having past struggles, we're going to clear them so that your relationships can be better. Because I know a lot of relationships have, are carried over from other lifetimes. We always say in our culture that this must be a karmic relationship with our children, with our spouse, with our partners, with our exes, right? So with our parents. Think about all of these karmic relationships and how many of them do you have problems in, are like feel like there's no compromise. You feel like maybe you're being punished, right? How many of you are in a narcissistic or abusive relationship, or feel like the relationship is aggressive? Maybe the other person's very dominant. So you have to look at these things because we have to clear all of these energies. And even if it's between your bosses, your colleagues. All of this is relationships. And we humans thrive on relationships. So it's really important that you use that MP3. There's another MP3 that is Quantum Body Awakening, Bridging the Consciousness and Subconscious Mind. Knowing that we are completely subconscious, we work from a subconscious level. 99.9% of us is subconscious. So how do we become more conscious beings? How do we create patterns that are more conscious? We have to work with the brain. And so this is a complete brain healing for the conscious and the subconscious. Okay. And then there's track 5, which is ancestral karmic liability. We're clearing the liability that you have, right? All the inherited issues of finances and health and relationships, unhealthy patterns, unresolved trauma. These are some things that are tied and residual that we carry over as baggage, but also as problems, and we create this liability, like a debt and liability. Okay, so debt and liability, I see it not only happening in form of money, but debt and liability of our emotions, of our thoughts for each other or for the circumstance or situation. So you want to clear the liability that you carry forward. And then, of course, I wanted to include this specific track, which is track 6. And this is clearing the shadow self and the shadow of spiritual interferences. A lot of times what I've seen is that there are interferences. We always have shadows that kind of tell us things, that we're not good enough, that that it's scary when we want to do something. And so it holds us back from really making a decision, or tells us that we're indecisive. And so these shadows that keep telling us stuff, they are past experiences or past lifetime experiences. And so when we can clear these shadows, as well as spiritual interferences, and that could be black magic, curses, low vibrational energies. I mean, I had a person, and her mother was doing black magic. And then I had another person whose mother-in-law was doing black magic. And so there's a lot of that interference in our lives that can be karmically showing up, that can hold us back. So this is going to make you feel a lot grounded, more protected, and 1,000% in your body and whole again. That's why I really want you to make sure to use track 6. Okay. Like I said, you could use these every day, or once a day, or you could use them once or twice a day. But notice how you feel when you do use these MP3s. I highly guide that you use one a day, like one listening to each track every day for a little bit, and then you kind of slow it down and see what your body needs. Okay. Part B, oh my God, package B, I love this because it offers you a 24/7 remote karmic relationship healing for life. So no matter what relationship, remember I said humans thrive on relationships. We cannot live without them. Otherwise we'd be completely isolated and lonely. And that takes us into depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. So in order for us to come out of our shells and really be around people, find our supportive community, we want to go ahead and heal relationships. Because when you don't feel good in certain settings, it's because there's a karmic relationship there with the people, with the group. It's all karmically entangled. And so let's clear that and get you feeling better. It's a 24/7 remote karmic relationship healing for life. It just starts as soon as you purchase the program. So you don't even have to worry about it. It's just going to be on auto. And then there's also a karmic protection bubble for life. This is 24/7 so that you are always protected from all the karmic built up, right? Because remember I said, you take on and create 50 to 100 times more karma than you are dissolving. So what if we can protect you from all the not so great karma and really hold and hone in on the good that you have within you. Okay. And then there is remote karmic clearing 24/7 for debt. Sometimes we feel like we are always in debt, indebted to others. What if we can stop that entanglement, right? Whether it's money, whether it's our thoughts, whether it's our feeling, whether it's our relationship with each other, whether it's words we exchange with each other, we got to get rid of that debt. So that is going to be 24/7 clearing. And all these 24/7 clearings for life start as soon as you purchase the program. So if you purchase it right now, it's already started, okay? And then you're also going to receive remote karmic healing on relationships, health, finances for up to 4 family members for 30 days. Oh my God, I didn't even realize I had this. This is huge. All you have to do is hold the intention for 4 family members. Just say, okay, I hold the intention for my mother, my mother-in-law, my daughter, and my son. Okay. It could even be a pet. It could be a friend if you don't have 4 family members. So it doesn't matter. Just bring them into our beautiful space. You don't have to have their permission because we're working with their higher self, their higher soul. So we're just giving them the best of what is possible for yourself as well as for them. Okay. And then there's a group healing session. It is already recorded. It is light up your brain, light up your being. And this is all about working with the angel lobes, your consciousness, to help open up that conscious part of you that is evolutionary and taking you to higher creativity, bliss, and higher solutions and realities for yourself so that you can create what you want to create quicker. And then, of course, there's a 25-minute healing session. And this is where we're going to connect with your karmic grid, your personal blueprint. We're going to dive into all that is possible for you and open up the energies and make sure that you are working on a conscious level and you recognize that, okay, yes, I'm holding on to all this karma, and how deep we go and how deep we clear, you will see that you start opening up to new possibilities, new relationships in your life, new career changes, if that's what you want, maybe even a new purpose, right? You recognize that you are meant to be a healer, or I mean, that's what I did. Well, I left the pharmaceutical industry and stepped into my purpose of becoming a healer. And we are evolving, we are allowing processes to take place. And so we have to allow this process of the karmic clearing to bring us what we really see for our future self. And it can easily happen. So there's package A and package B. I highly invite you to package B because there's so much more healing and so much more involved there. We go so much deeper there. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And also, just when I was looking through this, I kind of forgot about all the remote healing too and the lifetime of it.
I know, I did too.
So, yeah, so that's awesome. So take a look at that offer, guys, if it resonates with you. If you feel like karma's really holding you back and maybe that missing piece, jump in. This offer is available this week. It hasn't been open. We haven't opened it up for a while. So excited to offer this again to you guys. And thank you all for being here and asking so many questions. Great questions. I wish we had more time to dive in and into those deeper, as well as work with more people. But again, Dipal, this is really short notice, and I know like you squeezed us into your schedule, which I appreciate 1000%, and I'm so grateful that you were able to do that for us today.
Oh, I appreciate it. I feel like it was divinely guided and it was for a reason. And I don't, like I said, I don't say no anymore to these opportunities, Gretchen, and this is living proof.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you guys for being here. Let's show Dipal some love, show her some hearts, give her lots of gratitude for being with us today. I do feel personally, I understand karma a whole lot more right now, and am so appreciative to that, Dipal, for sharing that with us today.
Thank you so much, Gretchen. Thank you, guys. It was so wonderful connecting with each and every one of you. And even if we didn't get to your questions, I really do invite you to work with me closely because we have a lot to unfold in our lives, and this is just a piece of it. And I can't wait to be on this journey with you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks, Dipal.
Bye-bye.